This morning on NBC5 In Depth.
We can't solve all the problems, but I truly believe that when people work together, we can make a difference.
Working to make clean water available for all. The local water project raising money and awareness of the global problem.
I know what it is to have something and I know what it is to have nothing. So I can just be grateful. That's what I can do.
And the impact it's having here at home. Plus,
it hasn't fully sunk in, to be honest.
Stepping into retirement. Vermont's now former health commissioner reflecting on his years of service from leading the state through a global pandemic to critical public health initiatives. All that and more coming up on NBC5 In Depth. Good morning, I'm Lauren Granada, and this is NBC5 In Depth. Two local schools teamed up for the Water for All project. St. Francis Xavier School in Winooski and St. Michael's College in Colchester raised nearly $18,400 over these last few months. A big part of the project is educating and raising awareness of the global issue that impacts more than 2 billion people across the world, including some here at home.
When you give a cup of water to a brother or sister, we're giving water to Jesus himself. And it just reminds us that's what we're called to do. We're called to support our brothers and sisters, and we can do it through clothing, we can do it through shelter, we can do it through water.
When Father Yvonne Royer began the water project in 2020 while stationed at St. Peter's in Vergennes and St. Ambrose in Bristol, he wanted to do something to directly help the community.
We started about 5 or 6 years ago, trying to discern what we could do to help our brothers and sisters, and the migrants in Addison County is what came up to the forefront.
He met with migrants to see how the church could support them in Vermont and at home in their native countries. 17
of the migrants in Addison County came from the same town, and they said clean drinking water. They don't have enough water to begin with, and they didn't have clean drinking water. So I brought it to the parish, I brought it to the Rotary, and said, okay, what can we do to help this community? And it was San Jose Monteverde in Mexico. And we started working with them.
From there, Father Royer partnered with the Vergennes Rotary Club and eventually Healing Waters International, a nonprofit based out of Denver, Colorado, working to end the detrimental effects caused by the global water crisis.
We had several Zoom meetings with them. They explained the process. They went to Mexico, met with the community, figured out what the best source would be and what they would need to do to get it to their community, and what ways it needed to be purified.
With the help of a Rotary International grant, donations from parishioners, and Healing Waters, they raised $150,000. That money was brought to San Jose Monteverde in Mexico and used to build a system that brings water over a mountain through a solar-powered pump to be purified and distributed to the village of about 1,200. According to Healing Waters International, it's increased capacity from 300 to 900 liters of water a day and gives villagers access to sufficient water for daily domestic use. Father Royer got to travel to the village and see the work firsthand.
Nobody had water in their homes. It was all, they had to go to a spring to get the water just for domestic use. But they drank it because they had to, and so they dealt with sickness. Education was difficult because kids had to get up early in the morning to carry the water, and then they had to travel to their schools. So it's really kind of opened your eyes about how blessed we are.
Now, as a pastor at St. Francis Xavier Church and School in Winooski, Father Royer is continuing the water project. The funds raised this year going to 4 communities in the coastal region of Chiapas, Mexico that don't have access to clean water. Students in grades K through 8 at St. Francis Xavier School took part in a coin war, a series of bake sales, and a bucket brigade.
I made kids carry water up the hill, and they complain, oh, you're torturing me. Well, you know what? They were little buckets. These kids, if they wanted water, they had to endure.
People were spilling the water sometimes, and you have to keep all the water in the bucket. But going up and down the hill was very hard because you have all this weight that you're carrying.
It's a concept not foreign to 8th grader Solange Iwamaharo, whose mother grew up in Rwanda and the Republic of the Congo.
She had to wake up every morning, and she did all her basic routine stuff, and then had to go out at 6 in the morning to go walk to the river and scoop up water, like buckets of water, and bring it back home, and the walk was like an hour to get to the river and back, and then she would have to get ready and go to school, and she would have to do it every day and also in the afternoon when she got back from school.
It's not just St. Francis Xavier students who bore the brunt of the fundraising. St. Michael's College in Colchester partnered with the school and church after some faculty whose own children attend St. Francis Xavier came home and told them about the Bucket Brigade.
We had to sit down and say, you know, there are people that have to do this every day.
The director of International Students and Scholar Services, Rosemary Yargici, has her own personal connection to the water project, having grown up in Puerto Rico with unclean water after hurricanes.
I remember those times being hard. They're ingrained in my memory, where you have to stand in a line and just fill up 2 gallons of water, and that will be all the water you have to bathe for the day.
3 departments within St. Michael's College teamed up for the water project, including the Institute for Global Engagement, mobilization of volunteer efforts, and the Leahy Institute for the Environment.
Migrant farm workers are a big part of our communities in Vermont, and they contribute a lot to our economy. So it's important to understand the experiences that they bring to our state, the contributions, but also the needs that they might have, you know, at home, wherever they call home.
For St. Michael's College senior Olivier Nionchut,
I was born and raised in Rwanda, which is a developing country in Central East Africa.
he grew up not having easy access to clean water and says to this day his family in Rwanda hires a courier to bring water from the city to his family home about 7 miles away, equivalent to about 2 hours of walking.
Students have to go get water before they go to school. They wake up in the morning like 4 a.m. Imagine waking up at 4 a.m., your class is at 8 a.m., and then you have to get water from a distance that is gonna take you like 2 hours or 1 hour, because there's no car, there's no motorbike, there's no bike that is to take you there. So you gotta get the water, come back, take a shower. If you gotta do some chores before you go to class, before you go to school, you gotta do them. If you're buying like maybe 2 gallons of water on like $2 is a lot of money back home. It's a lot of money that you spend per day, and depending on the amount of people you have in a home, if you have like 4 people, just imagine people have young kids, babies, who need to be cleaned all the time. They gotta spend more money every day.
4 months of fundraising for the water project this year culminated to the Water for All Walkathon at St. Michael's, where Nionchut, alongside other panelists, shared their perspective with his fellow classmates and the whole community about what it's like to live without clean water. Despite his experience with unclean water, Nionchut, who's studying international relations and business administration, considers himself the fortunate one.
Because I know what it is to have something and I know what it is to have nothing. So I can just be grateful. That's what I can do.
But raising awareness and working towards sustainable solutions when it comes to clean water goes beyond the walkathon and fundraising period. The director of St. Mike's Leahy Institute for the Environment says there's more work to do.
I think that's a big conversation that the group of us need to have post this year's event, that it's been a huge lift. It's been a huge amount of coordination, and to really do it justice this year and then into the future is to make it a sustainable effort, so that continuity, that leverage point continues to be strong. And I think that's something that all of the stakeholders that have put this event together this year are really invested in exploring, post this year event. We need to do this year.
The Director of Mobilization of Volunteer Efforts, or MOVE, at St. Mike's, Lara Scott, says the water project has created the perfect opportunity for community engagement learning for students on campus.
I think those 2 pieces of MOVE come together beautifully for our students to learn deeply, for our students to see that any piece that they bring to a project has impact.
Months of learning about and fundraising for clean water.
We can't solve all the problems, but I truly believe that when people work together, we can make a difference. And that's what I'm trying to do. That I'm trying to pull these the school, the St. Michael's, the parishes, really together to create something that is indeed life-changing.